Come here, Ashik. Guys, I have a small surprise for y'all. Firstly, welcome to mine and Ashik's YouTube and Instagram channel. He has formally invited me to join him in this journey, and we together will entertain you guys with amazing information, plus of course funny content.
On fan request.
On fan requests. So you're gonna see me more. We haven't discussed any
Yeah.
benefits as of now.
We'll figure it out on the way.
We'll figure it out later. But I'm very excited on this journey. So what are we?
Surprise for me also. I didn't even think we'll shoot a video today.
I like giving surprises, guys. So he's also surprised. You're also surprised. You know, it's going to be a great workout session today. What are you working out today, Ashik?
Arms. This is his
arms.
second session. I just saw him doing lunges.
I finished legs, so I think I might do arms. Enjoy the workout, guys. See you.
Yeah. We'll start with shoulder warm up.
No, I'm not doing it.
See you guys in the next video. We'll train shoulders today. I'm going to try this set with my feet on the floor. You also have sleep problems?
Not exactly sleep problem, but like if I feel that I have not slept enough.
You wake up tired. That's fair.
So for me, 7 to 8 hours of good sleep is needed.
For everybody.
Yeah. I need sleep. Like today, I'm not feeling good. I didn't feel like working out. I was just doing a little bit of cardio.
You know you have more inside you, but then you can't push.
I can't.
Same feeling. Feeling that today also.
Yeah.
See, this quote, pressure is privilege, right? There are two types of things. One is us inflicting pressure on ourselves. The second thing is others asking us to do something and putting a lot of pressure on us. This might be in your workplace, in your family. They are putting in all that pressure on you because your manager knows you are capable of doing that work. That's why they are putting it on you. If they know that you can't do the work, they wouldn't put a lot of pressure and get it done. But in some cases, there might be people pressuring for no reason, but in an ideal situation, people want to get the best out of you. So when you're under pressure, think of it as a chance to grow. And I go by this saying all the time. I don't think in terms of pressure, I think in terms of stress. In life, one, you have to go after stress or stress will come after you. There is no escape. But when you are going after it, you predict, okay, it's going to be difficult. So you're mentally ready at least. Otherwise, it will look like your life is going all fine and all of a sudden something will happen and you feel so stressed out. So take that risk, get stressed. It's a part of life. I like this dialogue from Avengers Infinity War. Look at problems like Tony Stark and not like Doctor Strange. So when Doctor Strange, Iron Man and Spider-Man, they all go into space, Tony Stark would want to take the time stone back to Earth. So, Doctor Strange would want to go back to Earth and protect the time stone there. So which means he wants to stay in his comfort zone so he knows he can protect the time stone. But Iron Man says no. Because Thanos is definitely coming after the time stone to Earth. So here time stone is your stress. But instead of waiting for him in Earth, what if we go directly to him? That way he doesn't know we are coming after him. That way the advantage is on us. So look at life problems that way. Instead of waiting for the problem to come and hit you, you go after the problem and try to fix it. So that way, at least you can anticipate what is going to happen next. This is one of my favorite scenes in that movie. And that dialogue, all that for a drop of blood. Of course, after going there, they got their butt kicked, but that's what we call risk. It doesn't mean just because you go after the problem, you'll always solve it, but there is a 50% chance that you might get what you're going after. Don't feel good inside. It's hot.
I think that
Actually, time stone is not stress. Thanos is stress. Yeah. Very difficult. Devi and I, we were discussing about his career and what is his plans for future. So Devi was saying like he left his previous company because he didn't find it. Is it okay to say this?
yeah.
Okay. It didn't keep him busy enough. So he was having a lot of free time, which made him demotivated. He wanted something more interesting and a lot of pressure. That's why he chose to work with me. Now that we have a lot of work going, Devi is very happy that he's constantly under pressure. So I'm reading this book called Influence. So it talks about different types of strategies companies, politicians use to gain influence over people. So there's this chapter that talks about commitment and consistency. So in that, there's a part where they talk about commitment. So there's an example given by the author about a tribe from Africa, and they're called the Tonga tribe. So as soon as a boy enters his manhood, there is a initiation ceremony that happens that he starts belonging to the adults of that particular tribe. But for this boy to get into that, he has to go through a lot of physical and mental torture. So they'll actually do a circumcision. So circumcision is basically cutting off the foreskin of the penis. So before that happens, what they do is all the adult men from that tribe, they beat this boy up to a point where he cannot bear. Then even for food, they let him starve for a couple of weeks. There'll be no sufficient water to drink, and even if they give food, they'll give half digested grass from some animal for him to eat. So he has to go through all that torture, and at the end, when they are about to accept him as a part of the tribe, they'll make him sit in a lion statue. The moment this boy goes to sit on the statue, somebody from the behind will hit his head, and the moment this boy turns back, the guy at the front will pull his penis and cut the foreskin. So that is how he gets accepted as a man in that tribe. And the thing is, if he tries to escape, the punishment is they'll put a stick around his fingers and then they'll crush his fingers. Or if he cannot bear all this pain and he goes back to the village and talks about this to the ladies in the village, they'll threaten that they'll kill this guy. But the interesting thing is, after bearing all this pressure, once this young boy gets into the tribe of men there, he tries to protect that tribe with all his life. He'll not have any hate. He feels completely accepted. He wants to be a part of that. So what the author says about this is, once you put yourself through a lot of hardship and you get something out of it, you will again do whatever it takes to protect that feeling it gives you. So this is there in many other cultures as well. At the same time, all these fraternity houses that's there in the universities abroad, for a guy to be a part of that frat house, there is something called Hell Week. So he has to go through the Hell Week to be a part of the frat house. So there, what they'll do is they'll lock these boys down in the basement for 1 week, no food, or even if they get something to eat, they'll give them highly salted food and no water to drink. There were even cases where people died from these kind of torture, but the guys who got into the frat house, they were protecting it with all their will. So when you're working hard for something and when you get the benefit out of it, then you kind of become an ambassador for that thing. So I kind of feel like just because Devi went through a lot of pressure, Devi feels like, okay, this is what I want and this is what I will believe and follow. Ooh, not able to push today. I have an idea in my mind on how people who suffer from obesity has to be coached. The whole reason behind building Primal Fitness is to take this idea, teach it to many people, and make them coach more people who are suffering from obesity. Because I've seen people who come out of obesity and how their lives have completely changed. Going from being body shamed, underconfident in public situations, to becoming somebody where people start respecting their discipline and not compelling them to eat something or drink something when they say no. So that command that you get in a social situation and the confidence you build after that, it will not just change your physique, it will change your entire life. The kind of self-respect you get, you can't compare it to anything else. So that's the bigger picture, working towards it. If you ignore working out today, you won't see a difference tomorrow. You don't work out for 10 days, you won't see it after that. You don't work out for a year, you still won't see much. Don't work out for 5 years, then you might start seeing slight differences, getting tired easily, running out of breath. Then your health issues starts creeping in. That's when you realize, okay, things are going wrong. But starting at that point is very difficult because the machine is already broken and you cannot make it better. So do you focus on fixing the machine at that time, or do you focus on exercising and leading a healthy lifestyle? It becomes even more difficult at that point. So the earlier you start, the easier it is. Last rep was a bad rep. Could feel it in my back. The problem with coaching for obesity is most coaches lack empathy. Just because they have a good physique and they can eat chicken broccoli every day, they expect the same thing from their clients also. But they don't realize the client is somebody who is doing a 9-to-5 job, has 2 kids, has a family to run, other financial pressures, they have to go for office parties. They don't want a six-pack like you. So most coaches find it difficult to put themselves into the client's shoes and understand what they are going through. So this is where coaching for obesity is basically lacking right now. And this is where I want to focus more on, because you can get a diet plan from ChatGPT. It's very simple. And most people don't even need a custom diet plan. This whole custom diet plan comes in cases when you have a specific issue. Let's say a person has IBS and he's sensitive to watermelon, spinach. Then if you're adding it on his diet, it doesn't make sense, you'll have to change it. But in most cases, it's not just about the diet plan. It's about understanding their lifestyle and constantly giving them cues so that they can make informed choices over a period of time, long enough that it becomes a lifestyle to them. So this is what we are trying to build. It's not an easy thing to do because every coach has a different ideology. And when it comes to fat loss, there are different ways to lose fat. If you want to do keto, you can do keto and lose fat. If you want to follow intermittent fasting, you can do that and lose fat. But what about the long run? Can you fast for the rest of your life? Can you do keto for the rest of your life? So this is where my belief comes in. I believe eating pizza or ice cream once in a while in social gatherings is definitely not going to ruin your progress. And you can't ignore all these things throughout your life as well, because food is an important part of the culture throughout the world. It's just that the type of food changes. Even if somebody is born, you celebrate it with food. Somebody dies, you celebrate it with food. So it's very difficult to control food situation everywhere. So learning how to work around these things is where people actually need training at. I was asking Devi about his workout routine. So since we started doing this vlogs, Devi isn't getting enough time to work out. So he goes back home and then he continues working until 1:32 every day. See, this is another problem most busy professionals face. They don't have a lot of time to work out. So what I was saying to Devi is like, even if you don't have time to do a full workout session, have a 20-30 minute short session that you can do regularly. Maybe even if you do 3 to 4 times a week, that's still going to give you good results. Making sounds again. Same thing with reading, right? I never thought in my life I would start reading so much. 3 years before, if somebody asked me why you don't read books, I would have told them the same thing. I don't have the patience to sit and read. But even the book that I'm reading right now, I just feel like closing it and read something else because I find the language the author uses in the book to be a bit complex. And I'm not this guy who takes out my mobile phone and goes into dictionary and understand each and every word and then read. So I just keep reading, and from the context that I get from the paragraph, whatever I understand is what I understand. So that's how I read. And this book specifically is the biggest book that I've ever read. So somewhere close to 400 pages. So there's 150 pages more. Today I was feeling like I'll just close this book and start reading the new book. Yeah, so the language was very difficult for me to understand. But this is what I told myself. 2 years ago, I wouldn't even have attempted reading if the language was the simplest. But today, I took this big book and I was able to complete around 70-75% of it. It's hardly another 150 pages. So I will read at least 1 page or 2 pages a day. Even if it takes 2 months, I'll finish the book. So what this does psychologically is, it will start building micro-proof inside my head that I can read books. And even if it is a complex book, I still have the patience because I'm building evidence inside my mind that I've done this before, I can do it now. So the whole reading habit started this way with a small, simple book. Then from there it picked. So if you're stuck somewhere, pick the simplest task, keep doing it again and again. Make it slightly challenging in a way that it feels achievable for you. So over a period of time, when you keep conquering those simple challenges again and again, without even you realizing, you would have picked it up really well. And with that, this video is over. Enough gyan for the day. Today, no fun content. Today, only gyan content. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next video.